Good morning, Philadelphia Lung Force. It's really great to have you all here online with us this morning. I'm Sandra Shaw, and I am the Philadelphia Leadership Board Chair. So welcome to our first virtual Lung Force walk this morning. Before we officially get started, I wanted to thank our Philadelphia Leadership Board, our speakers, our team captains, our participants, and all of our volunteers. As of earlier this week, all Lung Force walks that have gone virtual across the nation, Philadelphia has been the only walk to exceed our fundraising goal. So out of the 11 events nationally going virtual, the average to goal was 52%, and Philadelphia has exceeded our goal at 110%. So congrats to all of you. Yay for the fundraising that's going on out there. And we have a few more days to continue that and even exceed our goal further. So keep up the great work. Thanks to all of you. We really do understand that in today's world, there are a lot of causes and people to support. We also understand that the amount of support is different than it was 6 months ago in light of, the COVID situation. So we really appreciate all that you're doing more than ever. But Philadelphia went above and beyond. We want everyone here today, as well as all those who donated, to know the support given through the virtual Lung Force Walk will not only make a difference locally, but also nationally. Now I'd like to turn it over to Joanna Kim to get this celebration started. Joanna?
Thank you so much, Sandra. So I'm Joanna Kim. I'm the development manager here at American Lung Association. Thank you for joining us for our first ever virtual walk. We wish we could be meeting you all in person today at Head House Square, but we are so grateful you're here with us virtually to celebrate our success. Now, before we get started, I want to remind everyone that you are muted, but please use the chat box below to talk to our panelists. We would love for you to say hi or give a shout out to your teams. I already see a few teams that are already joining. Patty said she's all decked out in turquoise with her dog and husband. Please send photos after. Looks like we have a few others. I know Grandma Ducky's on here as well and Pop-Up's Platoon. So thank you all for joining us. So we would like to begin by saluting all our heroes here today who are living with lung cancer or another lung disease. We also want to thank the caregivers who have helped our patients through their journey. We want to take a moment to pause and remember those who are no longer physically with us. The support of each and every one of you here today is extremely important. We can't emphasize this enough. On behalf of our American Lung Association staff and local leadership board, we want to thank you. Your generous contributions will help us do life-saving work. Now more than ever, we need everyone's help to combat lung cancer and all lung diseases. As you know, our walk has gone virtual due to COVID-19, a respiratory illness that is especially compromising to those with underlying lung conditions. Currently, over 2 million Americans have tested positive for this virus. The American Lung Association is at the forefront of the effort to end COVID-19. We've recently launched our COVID-19 Action Initiative, a $25 million program to end COVID-19 and defend against future respiratory virus pandemics. You can learn more about the initiative on our website at lung.org/COVID-19. Now, in 2014, the American Lung Association launched Lung Force, a national campaign to fight lung cancer, the #1 cancer killer of both women and men. The campaign was in direct response to the fact that lung cancer takes more lives than breast, colon, and prostate cancers combined. And the diagnosis rates among women over the last 4 decades has increased by more than 84%. The need for lung cancer funding and awareness is critical. Since the inception of Lung Force, we are proud to have made a significant impact in key areas. We have funded over $16 million in lung cancer research, including local institutions such as Fox Chase Cancer Center here in Philadelphia. In this fiscal year alone, we are providing $3.5 million in lung cancer research funding. In the past 6 years, the American Lung Association has increased our lung cancer research investment by 256%. We will not relent in our dedication to awareness, advocacy, education, and research around this devastating disease. This week, we celebrated Turquoise Takeover, part of our national effort to create awareness about lung cancer. Landmarks and buildings across the country turned turquoise to promote lung force. Here in Philadelphia, local landmarks such as Boathouse Row, Ben Franklin Bridge, and Commerce Square illuminated turquoise. In addition to funding life-saving research and awareness, your support enables the American Lung Association to do so much more. By supporting the Lung Association, you help us continue funding our free programs and services, including our Lung Helpline staffed with nurses and respiratory therapists, Better Breathers Club support groups, Open Airways for School, our public policy efforts, and more. Now I'm going to invite Christy Durlin from the American Lung Association to introduce some of our special guests today.
Good morning, everybody. I'm so glad to be here with you today. My family and I are wearing our turquoise. We're ready to walk. I want to say a special thank you to our sponsors, our committed partners in our fight against lung disease. Thank you to BDP International, Penn Medicine, Genentech, Lung Health Services, Fox Chase Cancer Center, IMC Construction, Independence Blue Cross, Cancer Treatment Centers of America, Bath Fitter, Verisight, Wawa. We are so grateful to all of our sponsors for their support. We couldn't do this work without them and without you, our teams and our participants. We have some exciting news to share. Kindred Hospitals of Philadelphia notified us this week that they will be donating $5,000 to Lung Force, increasing our fundraising total to over $110,000. Now I'm so pleased to introduce to you some special people who are a part of our force. First, I'd like to introduce our lung hero, a Lung Force hero, Kathy Leary. Kathy was diagnosed with stage 2 lung cancer in November of 2018. I had the privilege of meeting her at the Lung Force Philadelphia Walk in May of 2019. I was astounded to find out as we worked side by side on walk day that she had just had lung cancer surgery 8 weeks before. Here she was serving as a volunteer and cheering on participants. That shows you how passionate she is about Lung Force. I'm so pleased to invite her to share a little bit about her journey with you today. Kathy?
Hi, my name's Kathy Leary. My husband and I live in Landenberg. We have 5 girls and 12 grandchildren. In the fall of 2018, I had a cough that I couldn't get rid of, was on antibiotics, steroids. Finally, my doctor sent me for a lung scan. And then the Friday before Christmas, I went for a PET scan and it confirmed that I had lung cancer, which I still was in denial about because I was helping my husband hang sheetrock. January, I started meeting with thoracic surgeons to determine my options. I can't say enough about Penn Medicine and Dr. Koharczyk and his staff. I was told I would be waiting until March for the surgery. After surgery, I told him that I didn't have to see him too much longer, but I will be continuing. It's not goodbye. I'll be his patient for life. The nurses on my floor were amazing. When I couldn't sleep, they were my comfort. They told me about, as a matter of fact, about the Lung Force Walk in May. So roughly 8 weeks after surgery, I decided to volunteer. Walking didn't seem like a viable option. I tell you about this so that you can become aware of the resources that the American Lung Association and Lung Force have. I have had the wonderful opportunity of going to luncheons, webinars, and heard so many positive stories of faith and hope, which were a source of encouragement for me. During the walk, I met Christy and Joanna, and they have also been a tremendous part of my support network. I've met survivors and their families. The knowledge I gained helps me each and every day. The diagnosis and treatment go beyond physical symptoms. Mentally, it is a challenge to stay positive. As a cancer patient, I've tried to reassure my family that I am okay, but some days it's me trying to reassure myself. My oncologist asked who sent me for this scan. He said, "You have to thank that doctor. He saved your life." Please continue to spread awareness for testing and the importance of the lung scan. Listen to your physicians, write to Congress, let them know that we need better guidelines in place for the scans and testing. If you have lungs, you can get lung cancer. I hope to see you all next year at the walk in person. In the meantime, as you write to Congress and do research, use your voice and just breathe. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Kathy. We are so thrilled to have you be a part of our force. Thank you for sharing your story with us. It's my pleasure now to introduce our next speaker, Dr. John Koharczyk from Penn Medicine. We're so proud of and grateful for Penn Medicine's sponsorship of Lung Force. Dr. Koharczyk is Chief of Thoracic Surgery at Penn Medicine. When we asked him to get involved with Lung Force, he jumped in with both feet. He's the team captain of the Penn Medicine Thoracic Team, our #1 fundraising team this year. His passion to care for and advocate for his patients, as you heard from Kathy, and his commitment to fight lung cancer is an inspiration to us all. Dr. Koharczyk, will you share a few words with us?
Yes, thank you, Christy. We really appreciate the opportunity to be associated with the American Lung Association and especially the walk. If you ask why we walk for our patients and our families. And we have a lot in common with the American Lung Association. We strive to give the best care possible to patients and constantly improve that care. We strive to educate people, both families, patients, and the next generation of physicians who are going to take care of patients in the future. And finally, we try to advance knowledge and understanding of these diseases, all lung diseases, but in particular for our team, lung cancer. And it's through research and contributions that you allow researchers to create new knowledge that eventually helps patients. So at Penn Medicine, we are very thankful for the opportunity to participate. And I love Kathy, she's the greatest.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Dr. Koharczyk, for your support and for your leadership for the walk this year. We are grateful for your involvement. If you haven't seen Dr. Koharczyk's Breathe Deeper challenge video, you can check it out and take on the challenge at breathedeeperchallenge.org. Thanks again, Dr. Koharczyk. It's my pleasure to introduce another special guest to you. Linda Wilson has been a volunteer with the American Lung Association since 1990. For the past 20 years, Linda has helped move our mission forward in many ways. She was involved in the creation of an asthma education program used throughout the country now. She designed our 3-mile walk route through historic Philadelphia. Hopefully you'll all get to witness next year. Every year she woke up before dawn to help mark the course and personally orient all the course marshal volunteers. For years, Linda kept the pain of losing her mother to lung cancer to herself. But today she joins us, ready to share why this walk is so important to her. Linda, thank you for being here today to share your mother's story.
Thank you for giving me the opportunity, Christy. Every year, as Christy said, I walk for my mother, Frida Cardano Wilson. My mother was the strongest person I know. She lived through so much adversity and was able to survive it all until it came to lung cancer. My mother was 15 years old when World War II began in her native Germany. I can't imagine what life was like for a teenager during that dark history. Although she rarely spoke about it, I know it shaped her in every way, physically and emotionally. She became a fighter. It made her the person who spoke out in as loud a voice as her 5'1" frame could muster. She was tougher than her stature would suggest, always fighting for what was right. Her experience also impacted her physically and left her with tuberculosis at the end of the war. My mother met and married my father during the occupation. He was among the first American soldiers that entered my mother's town. He'd risen to the rank of first sergeant under very difficult circumstances. You see, he was also a fighter. She was German. He was American. She was tiny. He was tall. She was one of 10 children. He was an orphan. She was white. He was black. They were both Roman Catholic. That's one thing. To many observers, they didn't seem to have very much in common. The simple fact is, they were the same person in two different bodies. And I believe that's what made their bond so strong. They moved to the United States at a time when their marriage was illegal. They were denied housing. They couldn't simply live their lives in peace. And just 2 years later, after moving to the United States, my father died, leaving my mother widowed with 5 children in an often unfriendly place. But she was a fighter. She would never consider even the thought of remarrying. Instead, she devoted the last 20 years of her life to raising me and my siblings. I was only 30 when my mother died. The 5 of us ranged in age from 24 to 38. The oldest 3 were married. And at that time, she had 8 of her 15 grandchildren. We all spent most weekends back at her house. I remember being asked one time if I was having a family reunion. I didn't even understand the question because I thought it was normal for families with their husbands and everyone to come home to their family house on the weekends. I guess that was her way of fighting to keep us all together. Then, during the summer of 1985, my mother became ill. She seemed to be sick for a couple of months. We didn't really know what it was. I thought she would recover, and I figured that I would look back on that time and just say, you remember the time when mom was sick for a few months? It never crossed my mind that she was gravely ill. But she was a fighter. She had survived the war. She survived 5 pregnancies while having the RH factor when there was no RhoGAM shot. She survived the untimely death of her hero. She survived the bigotry and abuse in her new homeland. In the fall, my mother was hospitalized. And in New Jersey, after several days with no improvement, she was transferred to Hahnemann Hospital in Philadelphia. 3 days later, on the day before Thanksgiving, my mother died. It was only then that I knew she had died from lung cancer. You see, my mother was a fighter, and she clearly knew for some time that she was going to die. But she demanded silence from all of her doctors. She didn't want her children to worry. And that was the one fight she didn't win. 3 years afterward, I became a pharmaceutical rep and have been promoting respiratory products ever since. I volunteered for the American Lung Association. And luckily, through the efforts of the American Lung Association, we've come a long way since then. But this fight is not over. And I'm asking you to be a fighter. So that one day, no one will have to suffer the pain of losing someone that they love to this horrible thief. Thank you so much for your participation and for all of your dedication to this very important work. Thank you.
Thank you, Linda. Thank you so much for sharing your mom's story with us.
Thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you for being a faithful volunteer and advocate for our Philadelphia Walk over the years. This year, we had a generous corporate donor, BDP International, double your fundraising impact by matching donations of $36 or more in recognition of the 36 million Americans affected by lung disease. Thank you to BDP International for your $20,000 donation to Lung Force. This match helped many teams and walkers reach their fundraising goals this year. We're so thankful for BDP's support and would like to invite Kathy Harper, Chief Financial Officer of BDP, to say a few words. Kathy serves on our American Lung Association Philadelphia board and is currently our vice chair. Kathy, thanks for joining us today.
Can you hear me now?
Oh, yay.
Hey, I'll start her off. Good morning, Philadelphia. Thank you to each and every one of you for joining us today for Lung Force 2020. The stories that Kathy and Linda shared are moving calls to action in supporting the American Lung Association and the work they do to fund research into lung disease, champion clean air, and educate on lung health issues. American Lung Association has been saving lives and improving lung health and preventing lung disease for 115 years. I'm here today as co-captain of the BDP Cares team. BDP International is a global logistics company born and raised in Philadelphia. Members of the BDP family have been making a difference in the area for 53 years. Through BDP Cares, our charitable foundation, we live our values by supporting the communities in which we live, work, play, and raise our families. Our values guide us, define us, and inspire us. BDP Cares is a proud sponsor of the American Lung Association. Today, we walk to support lung health. We walk to remember those we've lost. We walk to raise awareness and funds to cure lung disease. From our BDP family to yours, thank you for joining us as we walk together for lung health. One breath, one force 2020. We got this.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Kathy. We consider it a privilege to partner with BDP. We thank you for your leadership and your dedication to the American Lung Association and our mission. Truly, the support of BDP and that matching gift made a huge impact supporting our walkers to hit their fundraising goals during this challenging COVID pandemic, when so many were financially worried or limited. It was an incredible gift at the perfect time. So thank you. This year, we had a virtual passport challenge. We asked you to join the force and post photos and videos of you and your team taking on the challenges. We want to share with you some of the photos and videos you submitted. Here's a 2-minute video with some of the highlights.
The American Lung Association's Lung Force unites us to stand together for lung health. We are not holding our breath waiting for things to change. We are moving forward to raise lung cancer awareness and funds to advance life-saving research. Thank you for your support and for joining us in the virtual Lung Force Walk Philadelphia. In the face of a global pandemic, we come together as one force. We take a stand against lung cancer. Together, we raise our voice to help defeat lung cancer.
42 rides, raising money for Lung Force Walk for the Durlin family. Thanks to all of you.
Today would have been my grandmother's 84th birthday, so we are here in the cemetery walking in her honor.
And I do the walk in support and memory of all those who have had lung disease and lung cancer. Together, We breathe deeper to better understand the impact of lung cancer. As one, we build our force to bring our community together. Together, we break a sweat to log virtual miles in support of our mission.
I'm challenging you to turquoise up and join the force. Lung force. Trek on, friends.
And together, we've doubled our impact. And in recognition of over 36 million Americans living with lung disease, all donations of 36 or more were matched by BDP International of up to $20,000. In total, we raised over $100,000 and met our fundraising goal. Thank you. Thank you for joining us and taking a stand against lung cancer.
Photos. So now here are the winners for the challenges. So for our Take a Stand challenge, we invited you to advocate for lung health. The winner will receive a $100 Wawa gift card and a gift basket. The lucky winner is Cara DeLucia. Thank you so much. Now our Raise Your Voice challenge, sponsored by Lung Health Services, challenge you to share your story on social media. The winner will receive a $100 gift card to Wegmans. The winner is Janine Chamberlain. Now for our Breathe Deeper challenge, sponsored by Penn Medicine, invited you to measure your breath in the balloon challenge. The winner will receive a $75 gift card to D. Bruner Brothers and a Penn Medicine gift basket. The lucky winner is Patty Ha Yingling. Now, our Voter Voice Challenge, sponsored by Cancer Treatment Centers of America, challenge you to turn turquoise or share your healthcare hero. The winner will receive a Lung Force zip-up. The lucky winner is Justina Neves. Congratulations. Now for the Break a Sweat Challenge, sponsored by Genentech, invited you to track 36 miles walking, running, or cycling. The winner will receive a $100 gift certificate to Haddonfield Running Company. The lucky winner is Jessica Johns. Congratulations. And finally, for Double Your Impact Challenge, sponsored by BDP International, invited participants and donors to double their impact by donating. The winner will receive a $50 Olive Garden gift certificate and a $50 gift certificate to Whole Foods. The lucky winner is Julie Woodward. Congratulations to all of you. We will reach out to each and every one of you directly to get you your prizes. Now, the goal of Lung Force is to wear awareness around prevention and early detection, fund patient programs and services, and find the absolute best treatment therapies possible that will make lung disease a thing in the past. But we can't do this alone. It is because of your hard work that we will be able to achieve these important goals. As of today, you have raised $110,880 to support Lung Force. We have surpassed our goal of $100,000, and we are so grateful to you for making it happen. It is right now, I'd like to now recognize our top fundraisers to date. Remember, you can continue to fundraise through June 30th to receive your incentive prizes. Now, currently for our top individual fundraisers, in third place, Bobby Barkanig from Kathy Spirit. In second place, Leanne Frost, team captain of Fight and Frost. And in first place, Dr. Stephen Hunt of Penn Medicine Thoracic Team, with a current total of $10,341. Thanks to all of you for your amazing support. Now, for our top corporate teams as of this morning, in third place, Mainline Healthcare Thoracic Truckers led by Patty Ha Yingling. In second place, Team BDP Cares led by Marsha Lissy and Kathy Harper. And in first place, Team Penn Medicine Thoracic led by Dr. John Koharczyk with a current total of $11,991. What an amazing job. Thank you so much. Now, we also want to thank our top family and friends teams. and recognize them. So in third place, we have Sandra Strollers led by Sandra Shaw. In second place, we have Kathy Spirit, a new team this year led by Devin Barkanick. And in first place, Fight and Frost led by Leanne Frost with a current total of $9,303. We would also like to acknowledge some other important people. We have a group of dedicated volunteers who serve as the Lung Force Executive Committee. We are thankful for the time and energy they have given to support and drive this event. We have Dr. Dana Hagan, Dr. Hossein Borgai, Kathy Harper, Linda Wilson, Dr. Nina Mayolainen, and Sandra Shaw. Also, we want to thank our mission committee, who are the spirit of this walk. All of them are team captains of successful teams. They are committed to lead by example and help us make this walk meaningful. We are so grateful to them. We have Brittany Strain, Devin Barkanick, Janine Chamberlain, and Leanne Frost. Now, I'm honored to present Hiba Hashim to sing the national anthem. Hiba is a recent occupational therapy graduate from the MGH Institute of Health Professionals.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleam, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous path o'er the ramparts we watched with so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you so much, Hiba. Now it's time to walk. I'd like to invite another Lung Force hero, Leanne Frost, team captain of Fight and Frost, to cut the ribbon. Leanne is living with stage 4 lung cancer. She has been an integral part of Lung Force in Philadelphia and an inspiration to our team at the ALA. She's one of our top fundraisers for the 3rd year in a row. Leanne and her wife, Julie, will get us going. Leanne, are you ready to start off the 2020 virtual Lung Force walk?
We are ready. It's our privilege and honor to kick off the Philadelphia 2020 Lung Force virtual walk. Let the walk begin.
Woo! So now Katie, our development coordinator, will give us our final words before we walk.
Thank you so much, Joanna, and thank you everyone for being here today. We were so glad to have you for our virtual opening ceremony. Just a few last notes before we get going. First of all, go out and enjoy your hopefully beautiful weather in your neighborhoods, and most importantly, take photos and videos so that we can see your incredible walk. Please take those photos and videos and tag us on social media, and remember to use your signs. Why I walk. I walk in memory of my grandma Whipple, who died of lung cancer. Go Team Grandma Ducky! And just a last reminder that we can show our force even while we are social distancing. Again, from the very bottom of our lungs, thank you so much from the American Lung Association, and we can't wait to see you online.